Opening day for everybody here.
That's a great way to put it, Nikita. It is an opening day for everybody here as we work through these technical difficulties.
Score still 6-4. We sit in the top of the 8th inning. On the mound for the Tarp Skunks, got a left-hander. Jake Rutkowski, who tries to field the ball, and he slips. And a 2-out base hit for recently checked into the ball game, Travis Hammond.
Travis Hammond with a great bunt there, not showing it the whole at bat. Shows the bat, lines it up with the ball, and dribbles it down the third base line, runs it out to first, and now we have a man with speed.
Hammond
on the bases.
Another returner. Big theme of this ball game, from one returner to another. Hammond checked into this one for Braden Reyna. So that one is delivered inside from Rutkowski. Of course, with the lefty on the mound, it'll be tougher for Hammond to steal.
As the technical difficulties were going on, Ewing was caught on first base trying to steal.
After legging out an infield single.
That is definitely in play.
Ground ball, third base. Fields fires in time from Weeks, and the side is retired. The Muckdogs leave one runner on base after 7.5 innings of play. Jamestown leads 6-4. Now batting, as we head to the bottom of the 8th, it's Matthew Dumas, the leadoff hitter. Dumas had a quiet day today. Speedster. Takes ball one. Really showed excellent feel, control. That one just misses.
Interesting call by the home plate umpire. I think it was so much of a strike that he didn't even need to call it, as the scorekeeper for the game has said it's 1-1. Interesting to see what the count is.
There's a ball, maybe a little confusion. It seems like that one was called a ball.
I think you're right, Keita. I think that was called a ball. The count is 3-0. Unfortunate for Rising. He has to work his way back now.
The pitch here, that one pumped in for a strike. It's 3-1.
There it is. Rising gets on the board, gets a strike in there. Can he turn this at-bat around and keep the Tarp Skunks at bay to start this inning?
3-1 count. He fires. That one fouled back as Luca ducks out of the way, came near their press box.
You didn't have to throw me on air that I flinched at that baseball, Keita, but
hey, we've all been there.
We have all been there. We've all been to baseball games where there's a fence in front of you and you still flinch when the ball's flung right at you.
There is ball 4. Walk. now Eric Weeks digs into the box. Weeks just got tested in the field, ended the top of this inning with a ground out. Fielding a ground out, of course. And here, fly ball, right field, chasing after it and making the catch.
Ooh.
A nice running play along the warning track for the first out.
A great play in right field by Dodonna. Being able to track that ball down. That ball was scorched off of the bat as Weeks. And the Muckdogs get a loud out to start this inning.
And as the legendary broadcaster John Sterling always said, that's baseball, Susan. Sometimes you hit a little dribbler and you get a base hit, like James Bolton did twice.
Correct.
Sometimes you smoke one, as that one is smoked into left field for a base hit.
Back to the heart of this Tarp Skunks lineup with the big lefty Borkart getting a hit in the left field, as now we see Nolan Smith, the other big lefty in this Tarp Skunks lineup, coming up to the dish.
You know, sometimes you're going to smoke a ball and it's going to get caught, and sometimes you'll just have a little nubber and it falls in, and that's the beauty of this sport. Nolan Smith looking to extend the lead here. So there's a strike.
Rising almost going to that sidearm on that pitch to open this at bat. Maybe giving the batter another look, giving him something else to think about.
An 0-1 count. The big lefty waits. Takes one outside. It's 1-1.
Rising does not want the runners on first and second to move up at all. Wants to keep this game at a 2-run deficit.
The 1-1 will not be delivered yet. Rising fakes the throw to second base. Maybe just wanted to reset, throw another pitch.
Pitchers have to make sure when they do little things like that they don't get called for a balk. You know, there's certain ways you step off the rubber and it gets called a balk, and those runners move.
Here he fires in a strike, and the count runs to 1-2.
Awesome fastball by Rising there to get ahead in this count. Give himself the opportunity to strike out Mr. Smith.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rising gets Smith with the heater for a big second out.
Another great fastball by Rising. Pumps it in there against Smith. Gets the second out of the inning. Here comes Bremner, who's had a great play in the field. Has had a hit in this game as well. Has played well for the Tarp Skunks today. This is a big at-bat for both teams.
Rising with a ball right there to open things up. Bremner had a big day at the plate. Dotted fastball in the inside corner. A beauty from Luke Rising.
Strong fastball from Rising again. Something I keep hearing from myself is those fastballs, and that was another one on the inside corner, sneaking a strike against Bremner.
That one just a little more inside. It's called a ball.
Romick doing his best to try to frame the pitch as if it was the past one, trying to get that strike call. Doesn't. Now Rising is behind in the count 2-1.
The 2-1, he goes off speed and pumps it in for a strike. 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, 2 runners on base. Jamestown leads 6-4. Rising. Looking to hold it at 2 runs. Give the Muckdogs a shot in the 9th inning to bark back.
Bark back. I like that.
Bremner stays alive, fouls it away, third base side out of play.
As you just said, Bremner doing his best to stay alive, stay in this at-bat, to continue. Rising has been out here for a while. For a relief pitcher, he's been throwing a lot of pitches, so the more pitches he throws, the better the likelihood Bremner does something well.
Rising, a guy who was a starter at college, but of course, with so many pitchers on the roster trying to get different looks, they'll throw him in to many different scenarios. As the 2-2, ground ball to third, Espinal slides, throws to first base, the stretch! In time! Blake Ewing with a great stretch at first base.
Great plays by both sides of the corner infield for the Muckdogs. Espinal with a sliding snag at third to get it and then fire it to first. A great stretch at first from Ewing. Gets the Muckdogs out of the inning as the Muckdogs try to come back now, down 6-4.
They've got a shot thanks to their defense and thanks to Luke Rising, who came in a rough spot. Runners on base, a big inning already happening, and he's done just anything and more.
Something else we should be thankful for is our sponsors.
A huge, huge thank you to the sponsors who power Batavia Muckdog Baseball. Alex's Place, Batavia Downs, Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, Go Health New York, Tiny Piney, Tompkins Bank, Rochester Regional Health, Whole Life Fitness, and the YMCA. Thank you to all of our sponsors and many, many more than the ones we just listed. We head to the 9th inning. Stay right where you are as the Muckdogs look to claw their way back into this ball game, down 6-4. Leading off the top of the 9th inning for the Bombers, it is the new right fielder, Jacob Vetchko. Vetchko into this ball game. He'll swing and miss, taking the place.
Vetchko, to me, as soon as he stepped in that box, reminds me a lot of Aaron Judge. Maybe it's the number, maybe it's the stature. Hopefully we can get that production right here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Big imposing figure. He'll go up against the closer for Jamestown, Anthony Serrano. Serrano, a teammate at Columbia State College of Pablo Sainz.
Ah, both pitchers appearing in this game.
The 0-2. Ball. And Serrano, much like Sainz, got some velo on that heater. Let's see if he goes to it here. Looks like he went to a breaking ball there. It stayed up high, and the count runs 2-2.
Vetchko doing a good job falling down 0-2, fighting his way back, taking a few pitches. Now the count is even, looking to just get on base to start that rally to kickstart this Muckdogs comeback.
As there's a swing and a miss on a nasty pitch from Serrano. That'll be the first out of the top of the ninth. Now digging in, it'll be Justin Espinal. Espinal has had a great day at the plate.
Drove in 2 runs in that big second inning for the Muckdogs with his double to right field.
He flashes bunt, fastball, goes inside. He pulls back wisely. It's 1-0.
Interesting right there. Him even flashing the bunt through Serrano off his game. And that pitch was way inside going back to the backstop. Little game inside the game there for Espinal.
The 1-0 is pumped in for a strike. It's 1-1.
Interesting to see what Espinal's approach is here. If I were a betting man, I would have guessed that he is aggressive on this 1-1 pitch.
Ball well inside, no room to swing. And it's 2-1.
That's like an
Ball inside, no room to swing. And it's 2-1.
That's like an MLB The Show when you go to swing, but it already gives you the animation, and you don't even have a chance to. That's what that was right there for Espinal.
Espinal swings and misses through a heater from Serrano. And the count is 2-2. 2 strikes, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Serrano fires in strike 3. And the Muckdogs are down to their last out. The last man up with a chance to keep Batavia alive is pinch hitter Tyler Castrataro. Castrataro just finished his freshman season at Hofstra University.
His favorite players are Gleyber Torres and Trey Turner.
He takes a ball upstairs and jumps ahead 1-0. Of course, always tough to come off the bench cold and face a guy throwing heat like Serrano, but as their last hope, Castrataro, fly ball into right field, under it. The play is made, and that is your ball game. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks get their revenge after the Muckdogs knocked them out in the playoffs last year. They win here on opening day. They defend their home park, and they win this one 6-4. Luca?
Obviously, looking at the box score, it was the start of the game. Both pitchers came out throwing the ball well between Pablo Saenz and Barnett for the Tarp Skunks. As the innings went on, you could tell that both teams felt more comfortable in the box, and that's where the runs really started to pour in. Just seemed like the Tarp Skunks really just had it in them today to pull out this win. They came up with timely hits with runners on, and that's what will deliver the win for the Tarp Skunks today.
2 big-time swings in the 6th inning from Justin Bremner and Dom Costello for Jamestown. But looking on the Batavia side, some things that you like to see. For one, James Bolton, 2-hit day. Justin Espinal looked good in the box. And 2 guys that I thought looked great on the mound, Pablo Saenz and Luke Rising.
That's
Luca,
right.
What did you think about those 2 on the bump?
Pablo Saenz really showed out and gave out a great presence to start the game for the Muckdogs, giving his team confidence to start